I could pull a better podcast out of my head. Hey, kids, welcome to the Tempest Universe.
China.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China.
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
Welcome to the Wuhan Universe. That's what we're calling the episode for today. This is a Wuhan Universe coming straight out of Texas for you. I don't know if you guys could tell in the last episode, but I was a little bit under the weather, and I am today as well. Actually, today I had to run out and get a COVID test. Now, you know, I'm all vaxxed. I guess you can call me a vaxxer if you want to. But geez Louise, it's been rough. So freaking rough the last few days. Like 90 minutes of coughing before I can actually fall asleep. I counted it. And in between that, I counted Bug's farts. And trust me, I'd rather have the coughs than the farts. Because sometimes there is some really old stuff that's just lingering inside that little dog that it's not fair. It really isn't. We have no way of combating what comes out of his anus. But anyway, this is the Tempest Universe. I'm your host, Manny, and welcome. Last weekend, I played was it last weekend? No, the weekend before that, I played a few episodes commemorating Big O's time on the UFO Buster Radio days. And that was great. That was fantastic. You know, like I said before, I kind of listened to those things while I was on my way down to Florida for his 1 year anniversary of his passing. But in the meantime, I came across an episode which I uploaded. Some of you might have ignored it, but it was with the one individual in Texas that is a UFO researcher, Daniel Allen Jones. And at the time that we were interviewing him, he was doing the the very first festival about the Aurora incident for back in the 1800s in Aurora, Texas. And I was able to attend. Big O couldn't because, you know, as much as he wanted to attend UFO conferences, he just didn't make it. But Daniel was one of the folks that was coordinating that. And I actually got a message after that episode played that Daniel is working with the city of Aurora to have another conference put together. So we should be seeing that here shortly, I believe. I'm not really sure. Now, what I do know is that this Saturday, Daniel Allen Jones will be at the UFO conference in Edinburg, Texas. And listen, this Wuhan flu probably came at a bad time, and that's if it is. Well, you know, I got the test going. What I found out, though, is that all these tests are not exactly, I don't know. They don't exactly... The probability of them giving you a good answer is not really good, apparently. Depending on when you catch your Wuhan flu, you may or may not get a right answer. You might get a false positive, a false negative, negative positive. I don't know what the hell it is. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't plan to wear a mask down there. I will bring my San Antonio Wuhan down to Edinburg, Texas, you know, kind of like an invading force. And it is what it is. I mean, we got to live with this, folks. Let's be honest. It is what it is. We will bring whatever kind of disease we need to in order to attend this UFO conference on Saturday. And by the way, if you are in the Rio Grande Valley or anywhere in Texas, or people come from everywhere to these UFO conferences. April 7th through the 9th, you have a lot of shit going on the 7th and the 8th. You know, contests and get-togethers and all kind of happy, lucky ghost stuff, you know. Maybe some probings on the side. I don't know. I would probe the entire Rio Grande Valley just because of what they're doing to Elon Musk. So, yeah, you guys come down. The whole damn valley. You come down and I'll have my probe ready and we'll take care of some business. We'll see how you vote against the phallus. I mean, you guys are ridiculous. I mean, I love you guys. I'll be there on Saturday. But if you order your tickets now, it's honestly only $20. $20 right now. I think if you go the day of the actual conference, it might double up on you. I mean, how are you going to feed your family the rest of the damn month if it doubles up on you? I'm just saying. Anyway, Chris O'Brien is going to be there. Ken Gerard, Noe Torres, which is actually the guy that runs this thing every year, along with the Edinburg city itself, and Daniel Allen Jones. So 3-day festival. I mean, if you're down there, stop by one day. Why not? If you stop by on Saturday, you might see me walking around, maybe even with the one and only Mr. 17, Ronnie Dawson. Also, Dre's going to be there, but, we're not worried about Dre. I mean, he's from South Texas anyway. Nobody really cares about Dre. Anyway, so that's what's going to happen. So the full UFO conference with all these speakers will be there on Saturday, and that's when I'll be there. I'll be there at 10 o'clock. Starts at 10 a.m. through 5 p.m. And I'm just going to be going around, and we'll see. I have a feeling that most of the interview is going to be, I might be just interviewing Ronnie Dawson. Maybe we'll go out someplace and catch him on the low, to be honest. Catch him out while he's got a little bit of tequila in him. But we'll see what happens, because I'm sure Dre could probably drink him under the table. It'll be fun. I'm telling you, it's going to be fantastic. So cameras, recording equipment, we're going to catch something, I guarantee you. Hopefully we can put it up on YouTube. So there you go. This weekend, down in the Rio Grande Valley, Edinburg, be there or be square. If you can't make it, I'll bring a little bit of it to you in one way or another. We'll see what happens. We got a few stories to talk about. One of them is a UFO prank that happened back in the day on April the 1st. I mean, why not? Actually, I was so much under the weather, I didn't even realize April the 1st came and went, to be honest. Like, I had so many good pranks I wanted to pull on people, but for fuck's sake, I missed out on it. But apparently, back in 1989, someone that we both know did not forget. So we'll look at that. And we got some other stories. Another Navy incident with some UFO/UAPs. So that's going to be pretty interesting because it was fairly recent. Like, we're talking COVID times, like Wuhan times. So that's going to be pretty cool. And lastly, we are also going to talk about somebody's claims that Will Smith scared the shit out of aliens when he slapped the fuck out of, Mr. Rock. And then we're going to talk about somebody else that says that there's new proof about Roswell. Hey, listen, there's been a lot of times that we've talked about Roswell in the past, usually about a few months before the Roswell festival happens. New proof comes out. Alien bodies, paperwork, all kind of stuff. It's happening again. But we're going to debunk this right now because this person is full of alien jizz. Oh, God. I'm dying. I'm dying right here. For the love of Pete. Let's play my first track so I can get some of this Russian standard vodka down because I needed to coat my throat, for the love of God. Hold on. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this episode, but I do it for the probings.
Don't fucking scream at me. Where's you the money? Fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and...
Listen, when you have money, you can buy, 9% of Twitter. When you have money, you can send out, as soon as you spend a few $1 billion on Twitter, you can go ahead and send out tweets about how you can change the whole damn platform altogether, right? I want you to look at the image that I have for this particular episode. The one that attracted you to listen to it. That image is from Sir Richard Branson. Now, the guy who owns, Virgin Galactic, all the Virgins, Virgin Music, and all that other nonsense, decided back in 1989 that he was going to play a prank. That image that you see is Richard Branson's prank, which occurred over London. I know what you're saying. Well, Manny, this looks like a UFO sighting from back in the 80s. Yeah, that's what it turned out to be. This was an April Fool's Day prank that good old Richard Branson, the maverick billionaire as he's known, decided to play on the people of London. And let me tell you, according to the reports, he almost got his ass arrested. He basically had this Virgin Galactic concept back then, right? So, at that point, he was already thinking about Virgin Galactic, Not the same thing that we see now. It was, kind of spermish in his head at the time. A zygote. It wasn't fully formed yet. But he decided to do this mass prank, which caused gridlock. It was so bad that the cops actually received phone calls. And they actually sent out a few cars to chase this thing down, this UFO. The army in the UK was placed on standby. It was 5 a.m., April the 1st, 1989, when a few commuters heading on into London on M25 saw this object flashing in the sky. And guess what? It was a damn UFO. Motorists completely stopped to take a look at the spacecraft. And quickly, they started making phone calls whenever they could to let the cops know something was going down. There was a UFO hovering over the area that was just south of the capital. Now, that's Independence Day, right? That's the stuff that would scare the shit out of people, definitely, to see something that massive. I mean, just look at the picture. Pause the podcast right now. Look at that image. It is so sign of the times. These are the way pictures were taken back then. Actually, that's a pretty good damn picture, to be honest. If we could take pictures right now like that of, let's say, a Tic Tac UFO, geez, that would be a freaking gold. But just look at that. Now, what happened was Branson was actually on the air. This was actually a hot air balloon. And Branson was on the hot air balloon shaped like a UFO, and he intended to land in Hyde Park, but bad weather got the best of him, and he was blown off course. According to Branson, according to a chief inspector by the name of Andrew Nielsen at the time, he said it was lucky a serious accident did not occur. A danger was caused to motorists who stopped to look in the sky instead of the road. I mean, shit. We should have more of that. More people should be looking at the sky while they're driving. I just don't know. It is what it is, right? Branson says they were flying at around 5 a.m. and there weren't many motorists at the time. He thinks that people took in a good humor, and he didn't believe that there was any danger that was caused. So there was a lot of people that actually saw the thing from their homes, and they were out looking at it and taking pictures. At the time, he did apologize, but he kind of felt that the cops were a little bit over the top in trying to claim that he caused a situation to happen. He says that when he landed, 3 policemen actually came in creeping across the field across them, and one of them said, "I have never been so scared in 20 years of being a policeman." Can you imagine being scared shitless because someone sent you to chase after an alien ship? Bananas. He went on to say, "I am sure glad to see you, Richard." So he was glad it was just Sir Richard Branson freaking pulling a prank on all of fucking London, instead of it being actually E.T. coming down to probe a few coppers down in London. I mean, that is freaking hilarious. There was only one cop that apparently was not very happy about the whole situation, and he probably is the one that started talking about the risk to motorists and how Richard Branson and his crew could have caused a significant accident down in the South London capital area. Sorry, Wuhan got the best of me. I had to take a drink of mine. Russian Standard. It is a crazy story. The images are incredible. It is completely nuts. But, it's a billionaire move. It really is. Like buying freaking part of Twitter. It's a billionaire move. And what are you going to do? Elon Musk should probably run one of these kind of pranks down in the Rio Grande Valley and really teach them a lesson. Like, you're going to need a whole armada of silver phalluses to take care of a bunch of aliens trying to attack the Rio Grande Valley. But you're not going to have that if you're worried about the damn birds. Oh boy, it's going to be a rough podcast. I can't. My throat is so freaking dry right now. I can barely speak. But there it is. The link is in the description. Check it out. The image is fantastic. Kudos to Richard Branson for in 1989 for scaring the shit out of people in London. And the image is fantastic. Someone should do that now, I'm telling you. We can test whether or not people actually can, distinguish between a hot air balloon shaped like a UFO or the real shit. So, fantastic. Good job, Richard Branson, even though Virgin Galactic sucks balls. Check out this track.
Where have you been? It's like I waited all my life, so happy that I found you on paper then. I haven't always been this shy, but haven't felt this in a while now. So sad when we are apart. If you leave, you break my heart. I need you to need me too. Stay with me when it's getting dark. Hold me tight, close in your arms. I want you to want me too. Why is it so hard to just be honest? Why is it so hard to speak the truth? Why is it so hard to just be honest? finally see the light. I give myself to you. I want to get this right. Haven't felt this in a while now. So sad when we are apart. If you leave, you break my heart. I need you to need me too. Stay with me when it's getting dark. Hold me tight, close in your arms. I want you to want me too. Why is it so hard to just be honest? Why is it so hard to speak the truth? Why is it so hard to just be honest when I want this? Maybe you want it too. So I just need to tell you. I just need to tell you. Why is it so hard to be? Why is it so hard to be honest? To be honest. Why is it so hard to be? Why is it so hard to be honest? To be honest. Why is it so hard to just be honest? Why is it so hard to speak the truth? Why is it so hard to just be honest when I want this? Maybe you want it too. So I just need to tell you. I just need to tell you.
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
For fuck's sake, Wuhan. It took me that long to recover. As you already noticed, I'm going to have a lot of cuss words in this episode because of my current situation. Hopefully, the funny thing is, it probably isn't, it probably is not the Wuhan flu. It might just be freaking allergies. Here's a funny story. I was sitting by the pool this weekend while the kids were trying to clean stuff up, and I got stung by a damn wasp. What in the hell is my luck this month? This month of April. Really, it kills me on the inside. Their scared UFO expert says aliens won't visit Earth after William Smith slap incident. This is like the most, the craziest thing I've ever seen, to be honest. Chris Rock being slapped by Will Smith. What the fuck does that have to do with aliens? I don't understand. But first, let's talk about the incident. I mean, that is like the most girlish slap I've ever seen of another dude. Like, if that's the way he goes around slapping people, shit, it's nothing. Give him another fucking Oscar, to be honest. Shit, I mean, really. I mean, he acted through that slapping, and so did Chris Rock. The slap was nothing. I feel like it glanced off his shoulder and maybe nicked him on the lobe of his ear. And then Chris Rock's like, oh, he slapped the shit out of me. No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But anyway, it is what it is. But there is a UFO expert who's been talking shit constantly for a couple months. And I'm really like, I used to get a lot of flack about talking about this guy. But come on, it's coming to fruition. You popettes who have the audacity to kind of check me whenever I talk about Nick Pope, for fuck's sake, look at the stuff that he's putting out there. You know, he actually blamed aliens not communicating with humans on Vladimir Putin and Zelensky. He said they would not visit us, they would not contact us, they would not talk to us, they would not even probe us on a good day because we're war-mongering fools. Now he's saying that because of the Oscars situation, because Will Smith, Independence Day, MIB man, slapped the shit, or I'm going to be honest, he ain't slap anything, out of Chris Rock, that aliens would not visit the earth because of that. First of all, let's just be honest. It's Will Smith, Independence Day, MIB. So if you aliens were going to visit us before the slap, you're dumb as hell if it's based on Will Smith. Because on both movies, he's killing aliens. He's blowing them up. He's shooting them down. So if this slap of this little guy is going to keep you from coming to the planet, you're dumb as fuck. Don't come to the planet. You can go to hell. You can go to hell wherever that is, 4.2 far. This is the stuff that Nick Pope is putting out there. And the fact that these publications are eating this up and actually publishing it is horrible. Somebody should be talking to him right now. Like when Denzel Washington ran over to Will Smith during the Oscars, somebody needs to run over, like Scott C. Waring, needs to run over to Nick Pope and tell him to shut the hell up. Let me pray with you, brother. Let me just pray with you, to some kind of cult. Meteor cult or something like that. Let me pray with you about shutting your damn mouth. This is the crazy shit that Nick Pope is putting out there. Here's a quote from him. I'm telling you, I'm not even making this shit up. If extraterrestrials are watching Earth, either monitoring us as part of their scientific study of an emerging civilization, or maybe as reconnaissance ahead of an alien invasion, they'll get a lot of information about us from our TV broadcasts. Yeah, I think, but the TV broadcasters don't fuck with us. I mean, what? Are we just going to be happy-go-lucky? Are we just going to accept an alien invasion? What the hell is wrong with Nick Pope? Like, he was in that broom closet for too much. The MOD messed him up. Let's all just be completely clear about this. The MOD messed up Nick Pope to the point where he makes no sense right now. Now, either he's trying to make some booty money because he needs to pay for the hose, or he's paying for some retirement money. I don't know what it is. But he literally is spitting out shit to someone who keeps publishing it and is tarnishing Nick Pope's sensibilities. This is nuts as hell. There's no damn alien that gives two flying F's about Will Smith and Chris Rock. Even if Will Smith was blowing people up in alien movies, it has nothing to do with the state of the planet. And if you're an alien watching our films and you're part of an advanced civilization, you're dumb as hell. We've scraped the bottom of the barrel as far as who's coming to the planet. I'll be honest about that. This is what Nick Pope has turned to. And honestly, I was hoping that Nick Pope was going to be at the Edinburg UFO conference because he was there like a year or two ago. I need to ask him questions. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? What are you thinking? What are you reporting? Who gave you your alcohol, your weed? Because, damn, you are loving it. You have to be high when you're doing all of these reports and interviews because this is ridiculous. So, no. I don't think that Will Smith or Chris Rock, that incident, is going to keep aliens away. I think it's going to be shitty-ass reporting from folks, ufologists, like Nick Pope, that's really messing with things, murking up the water. Hey, a lot of people said that back in the day that he was a disinformation agent, that he was just out to spread, nonsense to keep people off of the real story about UFOs. And I don't know. If you look at the two last stories about the war in Ukraine with Russia and now Will Smith, shit, you kind of have to believe the guy is screwed up in the head. I don't know. But I would love to ask him that. Do you guys think he'll come on this podcast to answer whether or not he's fucked up in the head? I don't know. I don't think he would, because they don't like conflict. They really don't. People who post stuff like this, they stay away from conflict. They don't like people to challenge them and nor do their followers. So, for fuck's sake, somebody just shut him down. Send him to the retirement community. That's probably where he belongs. He's probably resisting. That's what he's resisting. Good probing, a couple of good colonoscopies, and a nice place where he can rest his head at the end of his days. That's what I think. Check out the link in the description. You think I'm making this up and you're a popette? Check it out. He said it. It's quoted. And check out this song as well.
You're always on my mind all the time. You're always on my mind all the time. Don't you know on my always on my mind all the
You know what kills me about this article about Nick Pope? Just to go back a little bit, I'm not regurgitating old shit. But, they always claim that he is a UFO expert, but he's the freaking guy who said while he was in the closet, 20 levels down below, the ground level, street level, in that MOD building with the broom closet, he's the one who said he never found any evidence of real UFOs, but yet he is the UFO expert. I mean, come on, what the hell? This next article is about another one of my least favorite people. Newly released FBI document, undeniable proof Roswell UFO claims alien researcher. Another alien researcher. Now, this guy really is an alien researcher. I'll be honest, because he's like a fucking Tootsie Roll commercial. He sees aliens everywhere. You know? You remember that Tootsie Roll commercial from back in the day? You see Tootsie Rolls everywhere. This guy sees aliens everywhere. There was a document, according to this article, that was released by the FBI that is it is proof, undeniable proof, that an alien crashed in a spacecraft outside of Roswell. This was claimed by a ufologist. Our ufologist is our favorite person, right above Nick Pope. You know, this guy's number one, Nick Pope is number two. Pareidolia Pete, Scott C. Waring. Scott C. Waring published this article, right? And according to this, it's actually like a report, like a document that was filed by the FBI. This article explains, or this report, that there were 3 so-called flying saucers that were piloted by 3 human-shaped pilots, but only 3 feet tall. That's like Dre. Imagine 9 Dre's piloting like UFOs. That's what this report is like. Just keep that in mind. According to this article, a lot of these, although a lot of these reports are obscured, right? The one thing they always have is, Dre says he's 3.5 feet. A lot of the stuff that happens is that usually right before Roswell, there is this upsurgence, if you will, of these fake documents and fake reports, fake alien bodies, and all this kind of stuff that just come out of nowhere, usually right before Roswell. But the last 2 years, Roswell has been canceled due to the Wuhan flu. Thank you very much. And now Scott C. Waring is here. He's saying that this was newly discovered, a document from March 22 of 1950 that was recently published by the Freedom of Information Act. Well, luckily for everyone involved, it's a BS. Go to the link in the description and you can see the document. You'll have to go in there and you do some fancy shit, right? You'll have to expand this document and, make it so that you can read it, because it's POS-ish. But here's what the document says, right? I'm going to read it for you just in case you don't have time because you're on the shitter and you got to get back to work. An investigator for the Air Force stated that there were 3 so-called flying saucers had been recovered in New Mexico. They were described as being circular in shape with raised centers approximately 50 feet in diameter. Each one was occupied by 3 beings or bodies of humans shaped but only 3 feet tall, dressed in metallic cloth of a very fine texture. Each body was bandaged in a manner similar to that of blackout suits used in speed flyer and test pilots by speed flight. This document is really jacked up. It's really old. According to Mr. Blank Redacted informant, the saucers were found in New Mexico due to the fact that the government was testing a very high-powered radar set up in the area, and it was believed that the radar interfered with the controlling mechanics of the saucer. No further evaluation was attempted by Blank Redacted concerning the above. This memorandum was apparently sent to from Guy Motel, a model. I don't know how the hell you pronounce his name. Mottel. Guy actually at the time sent this to the FBI headquarters, which at the time was being directed by J. Edgar Hoover. Here's the funny thing that Scott C. Waring says that this was just released. This was actually released back in April of 2011 when the FBI vault was first made available to the public for all these documents. At that time, there was a lot of buzz about this particular document from Guy to Hoover about what happened in Roswell. The sad thing is, it never went from there. No, we don't have any documents going back and forth with a response or any kind of inquiry about the Roswell incident. But it's interesting, right? So, like I said, usually right before the Roswell Festival or, the anniversary of Roswell, we get documents like this that come up. And people are always trying to start some shit when it comes to Roswell, kind of keep hope alive. Well, it really is up to you whether or not you believe in the Roswell incident, whether or not it was dummies being thrown from hot air balloons, or if it was a weather balloon. You'll have to make that call. But Scott C. Waring is trying to convince you that this was 3 alien ships that ended up meeting their demise in New Mexico, one of them landing in that field in Roswell. It's kind of crazy. You can look at the article in the description and actually go to the actual document that Scott C. Waring is referring to. But, like everything else, you have to do a little bit more. Go a little bit further and look at this. Now, Guy was a real person. He was the head of the field office in Washington, D.C. And, of course, we know that at the time, the director of the FBI was J. Edgar Hoover. So this may be a real document. It may be. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't look at historical documents constantly. I just think it's funny that these things always come out right before the Roswell incident anniversary. So there you go. Check it out. See what it's all about. We got one more article to go, but check this track in the meantime. This next one is it's a doozy. U.S. warship was chased by 2 car-sized balls of light. If you got a pair of balls that are the car size, you can friggin' chase anybody you want, especially at night. U.S. Navy warship was shadowed by 2 car-sized balls of light that were unaffected by anti-drone weapons. Here we go again. The incident happened in, October of 2021. We had a U.S. warship, a Navy warship, again out doing training exercises, and the damn thing was being shadowed by these 2 significantly sized balls of light. You guys already know I'm not into orbs of light, especially big balls. Those are dangerous. But these big balls of light were following, lurking about a half a mile away from this particular warship off of the east coast of the United States. I mean, this thing is a 40,000-ton amphibious assault ship. On this ship, apparently they had a bunch of anti-drone equipment. I mean, the reports are that some of this equipment could actually be worn by individuals, some of the crew members, kind of like Ghostbuster backpacks. If you can believe that, don't cross the streams. But these things were following them. And it makes no sense. How in hell do you, the Pentagon, the U.S. Navy, allow these things to just follow you day and night? Like, you know where the shit is. Why would you allow this to happen? It makes no sense. Now, there is stories that are being leaked right now that the incident was actually recorded by some of the crew members. But the footage is not being released. There were some Marines on board. They have said that they believed that the first of the unexplained objects were part of a surprise training exercise. Like, hey, check it out. Can you guys do something with your anti-drone weapons? But when they saw that the weaponry was not working on these 2 objects, then they kind of figured something was going down. Something just was not right. None of the countermeasures were able to block or disrupt these white balls, car-sized white balls, from following them while they were out doing their training maneuvers. This actually is coming forward from a documentary filmmaker, Dave C. Beatty, who produced the 2019 film, The Nimitz Encounters, which was about the 2004 U.S. Nimitz encounter, which we all know as a Tic Tac. And this is crazy. These things were following the assault ship for several nights while they were doing their training exercises. That's nuts. And they were able to do absolutely nothing to them. Nothing. This is the problem that we have right now. How safe do you feel when you have another warship packed with new technologies, not able to disrupt a UAP/UFO that's watching them day and night? This thing, these pair of balls, car-sized balls, stayed within a half mile to a mile range without a single break. I mean, literally, they didn't go to refuel. They didn't go to disappear and come back. Apparently, according to the reports, they stayed with this warship for quite a few nights, quite a few days, without breaking their path. They continued to follow them the whole time. How many conventional aircraft do you know that can stay aloft for that long without stopping, without having to be refueled, without having to go land somewhere? This is the issue with the reports of the military, and probably why the UAP committee and the Unintelligence Committee, while they've made the military reports the focus of their UAP/middle school reports. Because those reports really are the ones that are kind of significant, right? Because there aren't too many people that report, 4 or 5 days of being followed by a UFO while they go to work at Walmart. You don't get reports of, big car-sized balls following people to go work at their local bank. But you do find these reports when they're following military vehicles, and that's a concern. Now, judging from the activities in the war in Ukraine, I think the idea that a foreign adversary, hashtag Vladimir Putin and Russia, I don't think they're the guys that have these big balls following people around following U.S. warships around the world. I don't think that's them. So who is it? I don't think it's North Korea. Could it be China? I don't know. Whoever it is, they're scaring the shit out of our servicemen and women. And there's stuff out there that remains completely and totally unexplained. Check out the article in the description. There's a little bit more information there for you. But we continue to have these weird and unexplained situations. And this is 2021. It was just last year, last fall. So trust me, there's some more answers out there to be found. We just got to figure out which one of these rubber dickers in government is going to give us the truth. In the meantime, keep your eyes to the sky. If you have an opportunity to come down to Edinburg and join us in the madness, please do so. And above all, thank you for listening. I got to go recover and finish this Russian Standard vodka because my throat is killing me right now. Thank you guys. You guys have a good evening. Hopefully I'll be back on Wednesday. Ciao.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. I don't give a damn, I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You're mad at me for not giving you comfort. You say that I'm away so much that now you don't feel the way you felt when we were younger. But that's okay for me, 'cause I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after